Okay, doing away with the Frant, starting Creators Corner. Created a subreddit for a place for us to share things that inspire us, from music to film to art to web pages. But I kind of want to just see what type of things we come up with in this space, the Creators Corner subreddit. Put that link down in the description if this kind of stuff interests you. So we're looking for creative things from America to India and beyond. I want to start with film making and this kind of stuff, but not just examining things from a critical perspective, or, you know, curating, oh, I like this piece of music, or I like this movie, or whatever, but trying to think in 2018 for ways that we can redefine the way that we make these things. So not just talking about finished products, movies we like, but thinking about different ways to actually make films or YouTube videos or whatever. So that's kind of the idea here. I got a link in the description for the subreddit. You can join it there and just check out some of the stuff that's been put in there. I'll be discussing some of these in the first Creators Corner videos of 2018. The one Creators Corner topic I wanted to cover in this video was Twin Peaks Season 3, Twin Peaks: The Return. What was your review of Twin Peaks, Melissa? The Return. Your review in a tweet.
David Lynch, I hate you. David Lynch, I love you. David Lynch, I mostly hate you.
So for me, I was about at the end of Season 3, watching the last episode. This is like Lost, and I don't want to think about the show anymore. But the next day, for some reason, there was one part in the last couple episodes that just stuck in my head. I just had to go back and see it, so I went to YouTube. Spoiler, it's this scene where Audrey is dancing at the local bar. In this very surreal scene, the announcer's like, "Now we have Audrey's dance." And everyone looks at Audrey and clears the floor. She starts dancing, and it's her theme music from the original Twin Peaks series. So this is like breaking the fourth wall stuff. How does she know that that's her theme music? Like, she would dance to it in the original show. And then something happens, and it was the creepiest moment in the show for me. Well, I was looking it up, and someone had actually taken it and merged that scene with these other two scenes that someone had already merged. And they fit together seamlessly with hardly any audio editing. I thought, I wonder if I take the final scene in the entire show, which is an odd scene, just pacing-wise. It's just weird. It just doesn't seem right pacing-wise. And so I put that in there as well. So it ended up being a really interesting visual and editing and audio editing experiment, like sound mixing, because all four of these scenes played together at the same time. There's not one bit of dialogue that overlaps. And it actually, when you see it all together, has this weird cumulative effect. For me, it kind of summed up this. It was almost like seeing a trailer for the show, having these four moments together at the same time. It made me think of just how weird, you know, non-linear Lynch's storytelling has been, and made me appreciate it even more. And it kind of gets at the theme of the show, which is this horror over humankind's ability to create horror, that we have kind of created this cyclical horror story that we tend to be in. You know, we solve a problem, but then we create something new. And just that dread, that feeling of dread when you're in that moment. There's so many moments of dread in this show that aren't even metaphysical. They're actually just, you know, a kid who is stuck with a mother who's a drug addict, and just thinking through what it would be like to be that kid. There's so many moments of just human depravity in this show that rival the stuff that you would see in Breaking Bad or The Wire. So it's like we're in this kind of purgatory of our own making, you know. It's not that I necessarily agree with the worldview that Lynch has given us. It's just, it's more that I appreciate his ability to evoke that feeling. It's the same reason I like Radiohead music. Like, I actually don't agree with Radiohead's ideology, which is basically technology has created this world in which we do not connect. I mean, so much of their music come back to that. It's very melancholy. But it helps me to think. And that's why I appreciate Radiohead so much. And so David Lynch and filmmakers like him are kind of like that for me. They help me think through this the dark side of human experience. And I do think I get something out of it. And I think I did get something out of all 3 seasons of Twin Peaks and the film. These are not easy things to watch, especially the film. Ooh, it's not an easy one to watch. But I do feel like all 4 works, the first 2 seasons, the film, and the 3rd season, are all worth exploring. they do work in the end. I'll include some links to those in the Creative Corner subreddit. So my weird little juxtaposition of these 4 scenes. I did 2 videos, one in which you could see all 4 scenes happening at one time. And again, it just kind of evokes the feeling of what Twin Peaks Season 3 was for me. In another video, I actually edited in real time, according to those 4 scenes. I just show one bit from one and then one bit from the other. Feels almost like a trailer. It's this, and it has this weird, you start noticing some things that parallel between these scenes when they're in a linear fashion. So yeah, that's kind of my video editor nerd side and music nerd side. Also, this song by the Veils, Axolotl, I think is just fantastic. It's like up there with my favorite Radiohead songs. So I really like that one. So you can check out that stuff if you're into any of that kind of thing. The one thing I will say is I really think for me, this season of Twin Peaks, it feels like an end for me of a certain way of telling stories. David Lynch, I think, is probably one of the best auteurs, film directors of his age, but I think it really is time for a different way of telling story, and that's really what I want to start unearthing in 2018. Start uncovering a different way of telling stories using the web. That's going to mean some experimentation using web pages, and it's going to mean some experimentation using programming, computer programming, because I do believe that with database management and these kind of things, you could find ways of making the production process a lot more seamless without all the steps that are required in making a film or a TV show in our current way of doing it. Yeah, I look forward to sharing some of that process with you all. But if you are into scary stuff or weird stuff, Twin Peaks, good thing to check out. It is slow, especially season 3. Super slow. It was worth it for me in the end, but I totally understand people saying it was not worth. Not worth. There's some things I just fundamentally disagree with in the production process. It just seems too long to me. I don't necessarily think that it needed to be that long, personally. Got one more video in 2017 that we will be uploading, kind of just a recap of what's happening on 2017 and what you can expect from the channel in 2018. We will be skipping the video on Monday, because that'll be Christmas Day. Wednesday, probably next week, is when I'll upload this. It won't be an India Connection video, just be kind of a summary of what's been going on and what our plans are for next year. So until then, keep it creative, keep it cross-cultural, and keep it constructive, YouTubers. If you've got anything that has been inspiring you in the last couple months, do let us know in the comments below. And check out the Creators Corner subreddit and share some links there. Thank you.